Hello everyone.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our Research Tuesdays. Let us carry on with our discussion on logic and research logic. I have reached a point where now we have to talk about critical thinking and argumentation, because the processes of doing the research, we have covered them. We've talked about the three threads, the three themes: your research questions, your theoretical framework, and your worldview. Those are really very important. In fact, I want to emphasize on the research questions, because if you are doing research, for example, where you are trying to solve an organizational problem, you could be looking at putting together a policy. You could be looking at understanding a particular behavior. You could be looking at encouraging a particular behavior. A question is very important because we don't want to do frivolous research or research that has already been done. So make sure that the issue is backed by evidence. You really need to satisfy your reader or your examiner that there is an issue here, and you need to provide evidence why there's an issue. It could be evidence in annual reports, it could be evidence in social issues or statistics, South Africa findings around a particular issue. Now, once you have that purpose, you now need to really zone into a narrow area of that, because for a postgraduate program, it's not possible to solve an organizational problem. We just are trying to impart skills to allow you to produce new knowledge, new and original knowledge. So how will we know that it's new and original knowledge? It is in the different steps that you need to document. It could be new because your process is novel. It could be new because you have cast your light on an old problem using new techniques. It could be new because you are modifying a particular theory. So logic is about writing that whole process so coherently. And maybe this is good news, maybe it's bad news, but there is no book, there is no textbook or journal article that will assist you to write your research project. It has to be logical, starting with an issue. So I want to pause by saying you need to really work hard at identifying the premises of your issue in detail. Once you've identified an issue, the next step now is to understand theories around that issue. And we've talked about this, but I'm trying to talk you through the logic of methodology, because we know many different methods for designing research. We know many statistical treatment to design research, but now it's going to have to be your call on how to go about the rest. Because if you are a positivist, maybe your life is a little bit easy. But if you are an interpretivist, your life is going to be a little bit different and not that simple and requires you. And if you are pragmatic and you want to use both qualitative and quantitative, your methods could be different depending on your question. And lastly, validity of your processes. I do want next time to point out where we identify delimitations and how to talk about delimitations and how to talk about limitations in the last chapter. But for now, let us pause and we'll carry on next Tuesday. All the best.